John Stuart Mill once said there ought to exist the fullest liberty of professing and discussing however immoral it may be considered. It must push arguments to their logical limit rather than the limits of social embarrassment. Sad to say, you won't find that in public schools today. You say one thing that embarrasses them, and you get what we like to call the boot. But hey, let's let the evidence speak for itself. Take a look at the first piece of evidence. It's a little boy named Wesley and it makes no sense. The case is called Busch vs. Marple Newtown School District, and the reality you're about to find will make you cry. He was in kindergarten and there was a project in his class. He had to stand in front of everyone and talk about his past. It's called All About Me and it helps you understand each other. Well, Wesley chose to talk about religion and his mother, how she read the Bible passage to him every single night, and he wanted to share the verse out loud, but that started a fight. As the principal said, reading the Bible in class breaks the law. To the child it must have been the strangest thing he ever saw, as all he did was talk about himself, his brother and pet rat whipped out his Bible, and her child to someone saying, "You can't read that!" We're free to speak our minds within our schools may sound granted. The deceit that lies within the phrase I'll never understand. Freedom of speech in schools has been censored by the government and overruled. You cannot speak your mind from the subject of religion to whatever's on your mind. Feel free to take a look, suspending children for opinions, even banning books. The country's run by fools, just take a look and see there's no more freedom left in school. It's the Stinker First Des Moines, surfaced 1968. Now if you're a fan of comedy, you'll find this next part great. 3 students down in Iowa wore black armbands to protest what was going on in Vietnam, which led to their suspense. Suspended from school for wearing black. Now Jordan, that can be. Well, believe it folks, this stuff went down so much for democracy. Next in 1983, a man named Matthew Fraser spoke. He gave a school election speak and he inserted in a joke. I know a man who was firm. His witty speech began, a sexual joke, no harm done there. You're wrong, cynical Sam. The kids guffawed, the speech was grand and no one seemed to care, until Fraser was kicked from school by VP Christy Clare. Well, surely there was justice served. The kid fought back and won. I hate to burst your bubble, champ, but Fraser 0, Bethel 1. You heard me right, I stutter not. Victorious was the school. Now Fraser might be the class clown, but tell me, who's the fool? Kinda makes you think. Maybe there's no freedom of speech in schools. But don't take my word for it. Let's dig a little deeper. Follow me, kids! Freedom of speech in schools has been censored by the government and overruled. You cannot speak your mind from the subject of religion to whatever's on your mind. Feel free to take a look, suspending children for opinions, even banning books. The country's run by fools, just take a look and see there's no more freedom left in school. Now let's take a break from the court cases galore. If you look a little deeper, then you'll see there's something more. They're not just sending children home for what they say and do, but they're banning books from libraries, our history and the truth. They're banning books like Huck Finn and To Kill a Mockingbird, cause once or twice within the book it says a naughty word. Congratulations, school boards, our kids have been set free. Now they'll never think a dirty thought or chuckle at profanity. But banning books and actions, all we do is shield the young from something called reality, and that is not too fun. For when they hit the real world and they're all alone and scared, can we truly fall asleep at night and say that they're prepared? We must allow the children to establish right and wrong. We should think about the children's growth and make sure that our ego's gone. If we cannot be more lenient and refrain from all these rules, then I'm sad to say we'll stay this way with no more freedom left in schools.